Right here. Focus. Just stay with the ball. Ball tipped in the air. He comes down with it. Long touchdown pass for John Kitna, but the Bengals really laid it to Baltimore, 24-7 at this point. And remember, Marvin Lewis was the defensive coordinator for that great Baltimore defense that won the Super Bowl.
All right, meanwhile, over at Cleveland, they are booing Tim Couch. He's finally produced, got a field goal here just before the half, but San Diego's looking for its first win, Dan.
LaDainian Tomlinson down the sideline, big play. Can San Diego win their first game? If kicker Steve Christie right here hits a extra point, they go, or not an extra point, a field goal, they go up 6-0. Tim Couch, he will be on the bench if he keeps playing like this. Kwame Lassiter picks it off. He actually was a nice pass. He hit him right in the chest.
I bet he cries after the game.
No way. He's over that now.
How about the Cowboys at Detroit?
How about them Cowboys?
Quincy Carter, 2 touchdown pass, looking good, baby.
The main story here, Terry Glenn, 3 touchdown catches, 3 receptions, all for touchdowns by Terry Glenn. And the Eagles and the Giants, and that Giants offense still hasn't been able to produce. And how about that touchdown we talked about, the lateral from Moss? They have challenged, and it has held up as a touch.
What a great play by Randy.
The lateral Moss to Mo Williams with the extra point to come. That's the Nextel halftime report. Second half coming up in Miami in a moment.
CBS Sports presents the Nextel halftime report. Sponsored by Nextel, nationwide walkie-talkie.
Monday. It's time to remodel the kitchen.
This thing is old.
Easy, she's standing right there.
And all new, everybody loves Raymond. Then, this bachelor is about to enter the world of soccer moms.
I find you attractive. You in or out?
I'm sorry, I just took a cleat in the groin.
All new 2.5 Men after an all new Raymond, CBS Monday.
Was an FBI agent killed by a cop? Joe Renato's undercover team goes inside the LAPD.
That's a dangerous game.
The Handler, all new Friday.
You've been a good guy. I've been watching you.
Jason Taylor's a great United Way volunteer, especially during the holidays.
Happy holidays. How you doing, buddy?
It doesn't matter that he's an all-pro lineman. What matters is that these kids know that people care about them.
Oh, wow, a Ricky Williams bobblehead doll.
See, actually, this is the Jason Taylor bobblehead doll. See, 99?
No, Ricky Williams.
No, Jason Taylor.
You don't have to be Jason Taylor to make a difference in your community.
See the 99, 99?
Is this line even moving?
No. Put your cheese on, man.
Is that hypoallergenic?
Yep.
Hey, Coach, anything?
Nothing.
The NFL Today.
What do you make of the Sapp situation?
Anytime you mess with an official, you're messing with the integrity of the game.
Just hit me in the back, please. That's Drew Bledsoe. He fumbled the ball.
Difference between being injured or hurt. I'm not injured.
Then hit me in the back. That's Tiki Barber. I'm in the football.
Do your job, baby. One more step in that destination that we headed.
The NFL Today, the pregame show you can't afford to miss.
Come knocking on the NFL Today's door next Sunday, where my trick or treat will come a little early for the NFL's elite. Trick or treat.
CBS Sports presents the Nextel halftime report. Sponsored by Nextel, nationwide walkie-talkie.
These long-standing AFC AFL rivals at halftime, 10-6 Miami. Teams returning to the field. There have been some great memories provided by the Patriots and the Dolphins. We share a few moments now. We'll continue after this word from your local station.
Is it the ultimate act of betrayal? Don't miss an all-new Survivor, CBS Thursday.
Introducing the all-new Nissan Quest, a revolutionary minivan featuring 5 Skyview windows, an innovative center console, automated side and rear lift doors, and fold-away second and third row seats. Moms have changed. Shouldn't the minivan?
Train load buying power, that's how we save you money. Hi, I'm Roanne from Off Track Betting. If you need a new mattress, now's the time during our once-a-year train load sale. Now you can save even more on our best-selling Serta Plush, Firm, and Pillow Top sets, and on Serta Premium Masterpiece Collection mattresses. Don't miss out. Save on Serta mattresses and box springs during Off Track Betting's once-a-year train load sale. Financing available. Purchase now with no payments till March of 2004. See store for details. Off Track Betting, the lowest prices every night.
All right, let's slow it down a bit now. Here's one of my favorite rainy day ditties. Things are looking my way. It's turning into a sunny day.
Check it out.
The Nissan Pathfinder has a lot of fans. They like the roominess, the cargo capacity, and the strong 240 horsepower engine. Now, lease a Pathfinder for just $299 per month during the 2003 Pathfinder sales event. So move your tail. Gate. The Nissan Pathfinder, $299 per month.
Exclusive Eyewitness News mobile newsrooms. Coverage you can count on.
Takeout. Pick up water. Enberg. To go. Takeout.
Life is tough here with the All-Pro Hall of Famer Deerdorf. Well, we go from the great bratwurst in Wisconsin last week and to the stone crab today.
But look how you rebounded, Dick. Last year I just blew you away, and you made a nice recovery this year.
I don't have any mustard sauce on my chin, do I? Let me know. But, oh my, what a halftime feast.
Steve Sawitz delivers them himself. Is this a great? I love my life. I really do. This game is exactly what we thought it would be. A very close, hard-fought game, dominated by the defenses. Total yards, look at that, only 2 yards difference. Both clubs with a pair of turnovers and a tight, hard-fought football game. Field position and turnovers will determine the winner of this football game.
And you know, as good as life gets, next week we're in New England. Lobster sound okay to you?
Well, why not? Why not?
Mr. Kraft will have it right there for us at halftime, I'm certain.
And Brats last week in Green Bay.
Right,
this is good.
I'm telling you. Trifecta. Bethel Johnson starts the second half from the 5. And the Dolphins cover it at the 27-yard line on the return. Look at the top leaders of the first half. Tom Brady 9 for 13, but only 83 yards. He had a touchdown call back on a penalty. Falk with 26 yards leads the rushers for the Pats. And Troy Brown, the one big catch that got him inside the 5-yard line, but did not score the touchdown. And those 2 fumbles by the Patriots on their end of the field at the 40 and the 16 set up all 10 Miami points.
But keep in mind, both of those field goals, they were inside the 10-yard line.
Kevin Falk gets the carry out to the 30-yard line. And B squared, what do you have for us?
Well, Dick, while the teams were inside making adjustments, the grounds crew here at Pro Player was actually making some on-field adjustments. Now, normally they paint all of the lines and the hash marks on the field, but because the World Series is coming to town on Tuesday with the Marlins, the Dolphins agreed to allow the grounds crew to just chalk it so it can be easily removed as soon as the game is over. And I would like an explanation from both of you gentlemen as to how none of those stone crabs got down to the sideline.
Oh, did she want some?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
Thank you.
Next time.
They'll spoil in the sun, Bonnie. That was it.
Falk on a little swing pass, and it's played beautifully by Pat Surtain at the corner.
Stone crabs require a certain amount of shade and cool air, and that's why they're more conducive to the booth than to the field.
Is that the best you can come up with, Dan?
Yeah, on short notice it is. Sorry.
You just didn't want me to be in on the count like you had with the bratwurst last week. I see how you're thinking. It's
Bonnie,
all right.
There are a couple hot dogs left over here, Bonnie.
It's
if you
okay,
want to.
I've got Gatorade down on the sideline. That'll be good enough. Don't worry about me.
It's shameful, Bonnie. We have no defense.
3rd down and 8 for Brady. He fires incomplete, and it was intended for Deion Branch, and Sam Madison got his hand in there.
Always fun to watch Jason Taylor get after the quarterback, working against Matt Light, and he gets around the corner, but Damian Woody And that's the case from now until the day Jason Taylor retires. Somebody else other than the primary blocker is going to be there to back him up. He's going to have to fight through two guys if he ever is going to get to the quarterback.
Left-footed kicker Ken Walter sends it on its way. Charlie Rogers says stay away from it. It takes a Miami bounce all the way back to the 50-yard line. That's a great break. Only 21 yards on the punt by Walter. Now Miami at midfield when we return to Pro Players Stadium. Flag has been thrown. We'll save that break for the moment. And Jerry Austin explains the call.
There's no foul on the play. There's pushing and shoving. That is not a foul. Timeout.
Now there's a good explanation.
I'm glad to hear that.
About the country.
We didn't just give the new Ford F-150 more horsepower. We gave it the most low-end torque. Why did we push farther than anyone else? So you could do more than anyone else. Only this truck earned the right to be the next F-150. If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again.
Looking so long at these pictures of you, you never hold on to your heart. Looking so long for the real words to be true, you're always just breaking apart like pictures of you.
Welcome to HP Digital Photography. HP, invented.
The Tennessee Volunteers drive into Alabama to take on Shawn Williams and the Crimson Tide. The SEC on CBS next Saturday.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
10-6. Watch the right side of your screen. This is the action right there that precipitated all this pushing and shoving, according to Jerry Austin. Corey Jenkins pushes Larry Izzo. Then they start going back and forth. A flag was thrown, but Austin wisely told the official to pick it up. You need a punch to get a flag.
Fadler throws, and it is caught by Randy McMichael, the tight end, inside the 30-yard line as he beat linebacker Roman Pfeiffer.
And that's what everybody in South Florida would like to see out of this Miami passing game is a little more vertical. Excellent pass protection. And, folks, that is a fine throw by Jay Fiedler. That is absolutely perfect, putting it the only place that he can catch it and no place where a defender can make a play on it. A superb throw and catch by the Dolphins.
22 yards on the play. Ricky Williams' first carry of the second half, and coming up from the secondary to bump him out of bounds was Eugene Wilson.
Well, the offensive leaders for Miami are the cast of characters. You can see a high percentage for Fiedler, although he had the one interception. Ricky Williams banging him off there, nearly 5 yards a carry. And Darius Thompson, who came into the game with only 7 catches rather, has 2 on the game so far. The first one to start that game where he took one heck of a hit from Rodney Harrison.
And almost had a touchdown on another that was nullified. He dropped the ball after being tackled out of the end zone. After a loss of a yard, the long fake by Fiedler. Now he looks to throw back, and he has a man wide open. It's McMichael again. First down inside the 15, and again it was Pfeiffer covering.
Well, Roman Pfeiffer, this guy has been a good linebacker. It's his 13th year in the league, but when he's locked up one-on-one in this situation with Randy McMichael, he's not going to be able to stay with McMichael. Pfeiffer runs really well, but McMichael is just a superior runner at the tight end position. That was the play prior with Ricky Williams where he gets stuck out of bounds. But, boy, you're asking a lot of any linebacker in this league to try to one-up with Randy McMichael and run with him stride for stride.
15-yard gain. Ricky Williams forced deeper into his own backfield and now takes the loss outside the 20-yard line.
Well, excellent work by New England. The last two times Ricky has tried to carry the ball, the one you just saw, and now this one. And neither instance did they allow him to turn upfield. They stretched him sideways and ran him out of bounds. That time Matt Chatham, the linebacker, did it. But if you can keep Ricky Williams, his shoulders and his body parallel to the line of scrimmage, ooh, that's where you like to see him.
And they allow progress to the 18-yard line, so that'll bring up second down and 14. Intercepted by Chatham, who had a touchdown last week.
Boy, and this is what you just hate if you're an offensive coordinator, because it's only a four-man rush, and you should be able to handle that. And yet up the middle, Warren gets the hit, gets the shoulder pad right into the ribs of Fiedler. It's not a blitzing situation, and oh, so close. Chatham nearly had it.
Picked up a fumble last week and scored against Jacksonville. And Warren, again, for those of you joining us late, one of three rookies starting on defense today for the injury-plagued New England Patriots. Third down and long, screen it, and Williams, oh, he had a possible touchdown, but for a terrific defensive play by Teddy Bruschi. Bruschi gets to him, and there was another blue shirt within 10 yards of Williams.
Well, Ted Bruschi, because of all the other injuries to linebackers, has had to do it all for the Pats, and he's been doing it week in and week out. He was the AFC Defensive Player of the Week back in Week 2, and yeah, he's a fiery guy. And Ted Bruschi, you know, he looks around and he's not seeing the guys he started training camp with. You don't have a choice. You got to play tough, and he has.
34-yard field goal by Mare is plenty good. So they take the first possession from the 50-yard line, settle for the field goal. It's 13-6.
A truck like this isn't built in a factory. It's built in the farms and fields, concrete streets and construction sites that map the landscape of an entire country. Because when Ford builds the new F-150, there are promises to keep. And only one truck earned the right to be the next F-150. If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again.
There's no way this guy's going to make this kick. I mean, he hasn't made one over 45 all year. It's not a dome stadium. You've got the wind. Forget it. There's no way he makes his kick.
And the kick is up. He missed it!
What? How do you miss that? How do you miss that kick? There's no excuse for missing that. Please, I mean, the guy's got one job. Make kicks.
What a disappointing end.
My name's Jessie, by the way.
Hi.
Hi.
Pepsi and Lay's, official sponsors of the NFL.
Mount Everest Base Camp. 17,000 feet. Whose idea was this? Fortunately, with a laptop powered by Centrino, Intel's mobile technology, you can see a friendly face wirelessly from thousands of places, even if you can't feel your fingers. Intel Centrino mobile technology.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Friendly nonstop service all across the country. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. Lay's and Pepsi. It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you watch the game. And by the next Ford F-150, built Ford tough.
The real Dolphins taking some feeding offense at the Miami Seaquarium on Key Biscayne. In the football version, leading 13-6 here. Ball control almost exactly the same on the time and plays. Patrick pass, and David Gibbons are deep this time, and it's Gibbons who takes the bounce and is dragged down as he tried to get outside at the 24-yard line. And with it, a timeout. 9:38 remaining in the third quarter.
Only one truck has crossbars that are welded through the side rails. That truck is the new Ford F-150. It has the strongest, toughest frame of any full-size pickup, which also gives you the highest payload. Only this truck earned the right to be the next F-150. If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again.
What are you doing?
Shopping. The one you want. Right now at Circuit City, pay no interest for 24 months on all Hitachi projection TVs, like this 46-inch high-definition widescreen with built-in DVD player. Just $1699.99 before instant savings. Circuit City, we're with you.
Now enjoy Guinness anywhere. Drink authentic Guinness draft straight from a bottle. Now enjoy Guinness anywhere. Drink authentic Guinness draft straight from a bottle.
Access NFL.com for live scores and stats. And after the games, AOL members get exclusive NFL.com features only on AOL.
The King of Queens has a really big secret.
What is wrong with you?
What could it be?
Suddenly the story turns erotic and fascinating.
All new King of Queens, CBS Wednesday.
Welcome back, and a reminder, tomorrow night, Late Show with Dave. Sharon Stone will be his guest, and later this week, Denzel Washington, REM, and Stupid Human Tricks, all this week right here on CBS. First down, Brady into the flat, and the tackle of Gibbons made across the 30-yard line. And you made the comment, Dan, in our commercial break. One thing about these two teams,
they are good tackling football teams, fundamentally sound. You saw the big hit right there by Pat Surtain, and across the board during the majority of this game, we have seen the guy that was the first guy there, the guy that makes the tackle and puts the guy down. It's vogue in this league now to just put a shoulder into him. These two teams wrap up.
2nd and 3. Kevin Falk runs into his own blockers, and the hole stuffed by Big Larry Chester, the 325-pound nose tackle from Temple, who is so strong he can bench up around 500, deadlift over 600. And someone challenged him once, and he said, "I'll show you." He went outside and picked up the guy's car and moved it. He said, "Is that strong enough for you?"
It'd be strong enough for me, yes.
I like a man who proves his point. 3rd down and 2.
What kind of a car was it?
Yeah, like it wasn't the full size, but it was big enough. Quick throw over the middle, caught by Branch. Almost picked off. It was in the air for grabs for a moment. Terrell Buckley defending, and a good job by the second-year receiver Branch.
Well, Buckley really jumps this. He makes a choice to jump inside, and he disrupted it enough, but the ball bounced away just enough where Branch could stay with it and make the catch. Terrell Buckley will gamble. Everywhere he's been, he is a human ball magnet. Almost made a big play there.
45 career interceptions for Buckley. Brady throws incomplete. Intended for David Gibbons. Fans wanted a hold on the play, so did Jason Taylor. Taylor draws a double team on almost every play after his Pro Bowl season a year ago when He recorded 18.5 sacks and 7 forced fumbles.
And you see, this is a type of situation. There's Jason Taylor coming in from the far side, and he's not held. He's tackled. That was a tackle and a put down.
That's in the category of pushing and shoving, apparently. No penalty.
Yeah, it's a shame sometimes what offensive linemen get away with these days.
The quick throw to the outside to Troy Brown, and Brown out to the 44-yard line. And a gain of about 6. Tom Brady played his college ball at Michigan just after Brian Griese, who was down the sidelines with Miami.
Take a look at what he accomplished last year in the first half dozen games of the season, to the left and into the right. And you go to the touchdown category right here. 14 versus 6. It has not come as easily for the New England passing game this year.
Well, part of that is he's lost 2 of his starting offensive linemen as he goes straight ahead for what appears to be and is a first down. Brady, who fumbled the ball on a sneak in the first half, and it cost the Patriots the ball at the 16-yard line and led to the only touchdown of the game.
Well, you got a short yardage situation, and Tom's just coming up there, and that is probably not even a call to play. He probably just at the line decides to run it. He'll make a decision where the middle linebacker, if he's too far off the ball, Charlie Weiss, the offensive coordinator, they work it out ahead of time. Just take it and go.
First down at the 49. Brady complete to the tight end Fourier into Miami territory at about the 44-yard line. Pat Surtain on the coverage.
Working back behind, the pattern set up by Troy Brown running deep. Fourier goes down and digs it out. Christian Fourier, who's really more well known for catching touchdown passes. The guy is a touchdown machine down around the goal line. Said, boy, I'd love to be a bigger part of things out in the field.
2nd and 2, and it's Michael Cloud who's to the 40-yard line, the former Boston college runner. Played in Kansas City for 4 years and lost the last few years behind Priest Holmes, and getting his chance now after a 4-game suspension to start the year.
Yeah, he missed the first 4, and his arrival here with this Patriots offense has come just in time because of Antoine Smith and his problems. So he's the alternative now, along with Kevin Falk. Without Michael Cloud, these guys would be in a world of hurt at the running back position. It would be Falk and only Falk.
First down, it's to Cloud. And he gets a couple of yards out of what could have been a yard loss. Pat Surtain finally with a tackle.
You can see right now what's happening with this Patriot. It is running back by committee. 16, 14, and 16 rushes. So not a dominant guy among the group. Antoine Smith, the hammer, the big duty back. Cloud and Falk a little more shifty, a little more explosive.
McCrary, the fullback behind Brady. The throw is complete to Graham, the backup tight end, and Daniel Graham with his first catch of the day for short yardage as Junior Sam Madison, and others get him off the field to play. They're going to spot it out at about the 35 or 36-yard line. 36.
You want to be a defensive back? That's Sam Madison as he goes up. You see, now Sam did not wrap up. He put a shot on him and said, all right, Junior, I know you're coming. You can finish him off. Sam Madison going, wait a minute, I didn't sign up for this duty.
3rd and 6, a long 6. 11th play of this drive for New England. They trail by a touchdown. Brady caught, still throws and completes a first down at the 25-yard line to Branch. And what a job by Brady. It appeared he was going to be sacked almost as he was going down, fired that pass.
Tom Brady spent the whole offseason in the weight room getting bigger and stronger, and right there is where it pays benefits. Right there, a wonderful example. Jay Williams has him wrapped up, and without him being able to step up into the football and falling backwards, look at this. Going down backwards, he's able to put enough on it to get it to Deion Branch. I mean, Jay Williams is in the process. He got him halfway to the ground.
First down at the 24 of the Dolphins. And a flag. There was contact. One of the Dolphins, I think it was Seau, actually moved up and made contact. Was he drawn offside?
Well, Junior is saying he forced him into a full start, and he did.
68 offense, 5 yards, still first down.
Ashworth again.
It's hard to hold yourself still when you see Junior Seau coming. They're going to call right here. They're going to call Tom Ashworth. And there he goes. You see the head start. He sees Junior coming. Man, it's hard to be patient. It is tough to hold yourself still. Hold yourself still when you see Seau coming.
First and 15 now from the 29. Givens in motion. Brady throwing toward the end zone. Incomplete. Intended for Givens. Larry Chester applying pressure on Brady.
Well, Tom Brady was able to step to his left. Jason Taylor got to the inside and got up in his face. And again, it's a New England offense trying to make a big play happen. There's Taylor 99. He gets inside Matt Light, but there's Damian Woody, the proverbial double team as we see all the time. Chester comes around and gets into the face of Brady, but he was able to step outside long enough to get rid of the ball.
Second and 15. 6 defensive backs for the Dolphins. Draw play to Falk. And he twists his way inside the 25. Rob Burnett, the veteran defensive end, makes the tackle.
Good call here by offensive coordinator Charlie Weiss. You see the Miami defensive line blowing upfield. One guy stays home. He's got the responsibility for that. How close are we to a face mask here? Rob Burnett reaches out. Ooh, he gets it. And he gets it off before an official was able to see it. But that was very effective by Burnett staying home.
Third down and 10 from the 24. Brady down the middle, caught, and into the end zone is David Givens for a touchdown. Givens developing as a fine target, the kid from Notre Dame.
Well, he proved one thing. He can hold on to the football after taking a big hit.
His second touchdown catch of the season, 24 yards in the play.
It starts again with a double team on the left side against Jason Taylor, but a rocket from Tom Brady. But look at the big hit. Sammy Knight delivers a real blow, but Givens holds on for 6.
Vinatieri to tie the game. It's 13-all with 1:49 left in the third quarter. Brady to Givens, and a Patriots score.
New plant location?
San Diego.
San Diego.
The ocean.
The sun.
The people.
A problem.
Problem?
Prices.
Big problem. Solution?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Good paper.
Best paper. Pittsburgh paper.
Perfect. Pursue the potential Pittsburgh property pronto. Let's eat.
Nextel walkie-talkies get it done.
Recently, motor oils were torture tested under conditions beyond anything a car would ever face. The exciting results? Castrol Syntec performed better than the leading 5W30 conventional oil. Castrol Syntec. Everything else is just motor oil.
It's new. It's a new choice. It's new Levitra, and it's here now. Ask your doctor about the new choice. New Levitra.
We engineered a material behind the dash called quiet steel. Only the new Ford F-150 has it, which means it's the only truck to deliver this. The sound of quality. The sound of the quietest pickup, period. Only this truck earned the right to be the next F-150. If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Castrol Syntec. Everything else is just motor oil. And by Nextel Coast to Coast Walkie Talkie. Nextel. Done.
76 yards in 14 plays to tie it at 13. And what a 3rd and 6. That's a play to remember when Brady was being tackled for a sack and somehow got the ball out to Deion Branch to pick up the first down and keep it alive.
14 plays by the Patriots. Not often do you string together a drive that long against the Dolphins.
From the Saturn blimp, the kickoff. Vinatieri to Rodgers, 2 yards deep, brings it out. And is tackled at the 25-yard line. That is a bird's eye view. So in the final minute and 43 seconds of the 3rd quarter, Brady fighting his way to lead his team to that tying touchdown.
Why do I rent from Enterprise? Because having the right car or truck makes all the difference. Sweetheart, your honey-do list just got a little bit longer. Sorry.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up. In a world about to change, one man must rise up and lead. AOL 9.0 optimized, exploding onto a screen near you. Reviewers rave. It's the internet simplified, streamlined, and sanitized for your protection. The filters drastically cut spam. The critics agree. AOL returns to the top with new version 9.0. Life needs rave reviews.
Applebee's Take Two is back.
It takes two, baby. It takes two, baby. Make a dream come true.
Choose 2 of your favorite entrees for one mouth-watering plate. Eating good in the neighborhood.
Reebok, outperform.
A father murdered 13 years ago
Stabbed by a hooker was a theory.
leaves his church-going family in disgrace.
Nice families don't talk about these things.
But a new investigation will reveal a secret that won't stay buried.
We want you to drop my dad's case.
I'm so close to the truth. Not a chance.
Cold Case, CBS tonight after 60 Minutes.
Yeah, that'll be busy on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the World Series. That infield dirt as you look down from our Saturn light ship, visiting major sporting events near you. From the 26, game tied, final minutes of the 3rd quarter, and Fiedler play action over the middle, and Harrison breaks it up, and no flag. Some of the fans thought he was using the right hand to hold up and then reach back with the left. And Teddy Bruschi, meanwhile, was putting a hit on quarterback Fiedler.
This is a nice matchup with Randy McMichael and Rodney Harrison. You can see Harrison, you can have the hand on his back as long as you don't use it to turn his body or to push him with it. You're allowed to have it there. And believe me, Rodney Harrison's been in the league long enough to know that.
And he had it right to the cusp. And using that right hand, 2nd and 10. 3 wide. Into the flat to Chambers. Tyrone Poole. And gets help from Harrison, but not until the Dolphins have a first down. Well, Thursday on CBS, Survivor Pearl Islands just keeps getting better. On a night of showdowns, a back-breaking challenge leads to a standoff, and is Rupert's own tribe turning on him? Well, you'll find out on new Survivor Pearl Islands Thursday, 8, 7 Central on CBS. That Rupert, nothing but trouble, this poor guy.
No, I don't know what gets into him sometimes. Survivor is what the winner of this game will be. Survivor of a hard-hitting, tough-fought, nail-biting football game.
With the reward of first place in the AFC East. Fiedler, play action. Throws complete underneath. Chambers again. Breaking tackle still. Then he bubbles the ball. It goes out of bounds to Miami.
And I think James McKnight, another receiver, was the guy who knocks the ball out of bounds. Chambers, again, is doing nothing but working hard to try to get more yardage. You know, it's really tough and ironic in this game. You see McKnight right there. He's just fighting for yards. Chambers hits it, but then McKnight knocks it back out of bounds. But he's really not doing anything but fighting for extra yardage, breaking tackles, and so often that's when a guy loses the ball.
Roman Pfeiffer had pulled it free. Now Ricky Williams for about 3 yards to the 42-yard line. And that could be the last play of this third quarter. Vanta Kane, there's a new name even for Patriot fans. He was just activated off the physically unable to perform list. California linebacker, a 7th-round draft pick. They're just digging deep to fill all the voids caused by injury. End of the third quarter, tied at 13. We'll be back. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Monday, it's time to remodel the kitchen.
This thing is old.
Easy, she's standing right there.
And all new Everybody Loves Raymond, CBS Monday. Charlie Sheen and John Cryer, 2.5 Men, CBS Monday.
There's no room for failure at that point. We're down, we're almost out, but we never stop fighting. The most memorable kick of my life.
Ford Super Duty equipped with a Fisher plow is more than a clutch player. During truck season, get the 2004 Ford Super Duty with up to $4,000 cash back, including $1,000 bonus cash on a limited allocation of Super Duties equipped with a plow. Plus, qualified commercial customers are eligible for a $1,000 upfit reimbursement.
Only at your New England Ford dealer.
We're about to secretly replace Tom Foley's morning latte with Dunkin' Donuts' new incredible authentic latte.
Let's go!
On second thought, now that Dunkin' Donuts has an authentic line of cappuccinos and lattes this delicious, there's no way we're going to keep it a secret.
You've waited to get a Jeep 4x4, and now there's 5 days to deal, 5 ways to save. For 5 days only, buy with 0 down and make no monthly payments until March 2004. Plus, get 0% financing or up to a $3,500 cash allowance. And we'll also give you a $300 gas card when you finance or lease through Chrysler Financial. Add in our 770 warranty, and the best values in America just got better. But you've only got 5 days, so hurry to your Jeep dealer for 5 days deal, 5 ways to save.
EyewitnessNewsTV.com. Log on now.
You look at the 3 points for Miami in the third quarter. They have not scored a touchdown in the third quarter all season long. And the Patriots with a long drive to score to tie it at 13 as we open the fourth period. Miami 2nd and 7 at the 42 of the Patriots. Fiedler, good protection. He's throwing for Chambers, but overshoots him out of bounds. And we're going to head up the coast to New York and get this update from Jim Nantz.
All right, Dick, it is quarterback hunting season in Minnesota. Steve Berline has been sacked 5 times. He's been picked 3 other times, including this one back by Lance Johnstone. Let's go back to where they have the Stone Crab season going in Miami.
All right, John Stone Crab. Yeah, that's a good transition.
I'm not sure there are many left. We have depleted the supply somewhat.
There's been a definite attack.
How about that? The Vikings putting a big hurt on the Bronx.
Lance Johnstone, the former Oakland Raider, with that touchdown. Fiedler on third down. Lots of time to go down the middle. Incomplete. Well timed by Rodney Harrison on Chris Chambers. Incomplete. Chris Akins right there as well.
Well, first of all, it's a corner blitz from New England, but it's all sorts of time for Jay Fiedler as that blitz is very late getting to him. Chambers argues that he wants the call, but pretty well timed by the Patriots.
Akins a solid play there, and Troy Brown drifts back inside the 10. Matt Turk. Oh, almost blocked. Chris Akins was in on the punter. Fair catch at the 19. Turk went in the air over the submarining Akins. It appeared he didn't make contact. No penalty.
attractive Civic Coupe from Honda.
E-server for music.
E-server for news.
E-server for science.
E-server for stews.
E-server has blades and it's stackable too.
You need more, you get more. It's all up to you.
E-server can work with your software at hand.
E-server will give what you want on demand.
From heifers to hogs.
There's no task too tough. They're smart, fast, and scalable. All that good stuff.
They're flexible, bendable, super reliable.
Utterly viable.
Give them a triable.
IBM E-server X Series features the Intel Xeon processor.
There are ordinary disposable razors, but now there's new Sensor 3 from Gillette. Totally new handle, 3 blades, on springs that adjust to your face. No disposable shaves better. It could be the best disposable you ever threw away. New Gillette Sensor 3.
Did we make a beer with half the carbs of Bud Light taste good? No. We made it taste great. Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling.
He was savvy enough to put millions in a tax shelter, but like most Americans, he didn't have a clue how a tax shelter works. 60 Minutes tonight.
Tie ball game in the fourth. I circled Jerry Austin, the referee right there, whose job it is to call roughing the kicker. From his vantage point, he just saw Aikens slide underneath. Yes, he affected Turk's landing, but he really didn't hit him in the act of kicking. That's why he didn't throw the flag.
Couple of big plays by Aikens in that last defensive sequence. Normally not a starter, getting a lot of playing time again today because of the injuries. Short pass to Graham, the tight end, and he's tackled at the 25, a gain of 6. And we remind you that Pro Bowl voting is underway right now at NFL.com. You can vote for the players that you think deserve to be sent to the 2004 Pro Bowl in Hawaii this coming February. It's all at NFL.com or at NFL on AOL.
Well, Dick, right now I think we're looking at a Patriot offense that has some confidence. The last time they put together a 14-play drive, they now know they can move the ball against Miami.
Kevin Falk held up by Terrell Buckley as the Dolphins, the majority of this game, have played with 5 defensive backs defensively. Boy, they get down in that dirt, and that there's nothing comfortable no matter how you land on that hard infield surface.
We're getting confusion as to when plays are ending right here. Right now, some of the guys are stopping. They think the play's over, but then take a look.
Boy.
Well, nobody told Sammy Knight the play was over, and he's right. The whistle didn't blow.
3rd and 1. And caught in the backfield is Cloud, and he does not get the first down. Zach Thomas had that one smelled out from the snap.
He comes from the far side of the football. Zach Thomas scrapes right into the hole, unblocked. That is pure middle linebacker right there, folks. Scraping to the hole, getting your shoulders square, going upfield through the ball carrier with the hit.
And that's why Zach Thomas is 4 consecutive Pro Bowls. The high kick by Walter, and Rodgers, fair catches at about the 28-yard line, a 45-yard. But one of the true spirits of this game, Zach Thomas and the Miami defense.
Right. I'll see you in Dallas.
Going away on business?
Yeah.
Then stay someplace that has everything you need to succeed in any business. I mean, music, movies, anything.
Whatever business you're in, Courtyard has what you need to be successful.
Are you okay? I'm good. Jolly good.
At Courtyard, earn double Marriott Rewards points when you pay with Visa through January 31st.
Psst, over here. Take the next left turn.
Hey, take the next right turn. Your destination is on the right. You've reached your destination.
That's how it works. Sort of.
Find nearest Italian restaurant.
Take the next right turn.
Voice-activated, satellite-linked navigation available in the Accord from Honda.
Jared? What are you doing here? I don't know. I just always wanted to try this place. But Jared, it's okay. I had Subway for lunch.
When you have wholesome, low-fat sandwiches from Subway, it's all right to indulge now and then.
Try our delicious sweet onion chicken teriyaki sandwich, made fresh with under 6 grams of fat, so you can feel good about being good and okay about being bad.
Some dessert, sir?
Subway, good, so you don't always have to be.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Subway. Good, so you don't always have to be. Subway, eat fresh. Courtyard, your Marriott awaits. And by the 240 horsepower V6 Accord from Honda.
Ocean Drive at South Beach. Was that a boa constrictor or something?
No,
Guy
that
just happened to be on the sidewalk.
Look at Damian Woody's arm. That is what residue from the infield. That's to call that dirt is being kind.
Ricky Williams caught right at the line of scrimmage as Bobby Hamilton, the veteran tackle, makes the play.
You know, it's just fun to watch a pure middle linebacker work. And Zach Thomas over here, just watch how he's going to scrape and come up into the hole. Just watch how, look how tight he is scraping off, but look how his shoulders never stop being square. He never gets turned sideways. That way, when he's in a position to make the hit, he's got his force generated upfield. That is absolutely textbook.
2nd and 9 from the 28. To Chambers and a little off on the articulation of that pass play. Let's go to B squared.
Dan, you talked about that tackle Zach Thomas just made. The players admit that may not have happened last year. Look at the situation. Scores tied in the 4th quarter. And they say, you know, last year we would have said, here we go again, and we're giving up. 2 things have changed that. Newcomers like Junior Seau, Sammy Knight, Jeff Scanina, who had that never say die attitude and totally changed things around on the sideline. A, and B,
Well, Junior Seau, Zach Thomas saying that he's given a couple of pregame speeches that we've never heard such exciting stuff. Deflected at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. Randy McMichael was the intended receiver. A couple of Patriots on him, Mike Vrabel being one, Roman Pfeiffer. 1 for 7 on 3rd down is Fiedler in this game.
Well, what this defensive leadership means for Miami is that they're able to contain their frustration with this offense not generating a whole lot of points. As you saw Roman Pfeiffer tip that ball. But this Miami offense is not exactly lighting up the scoreboard like a pinball machine. The defense is playing at a high level, and it's easy to get a little angry with the other unit.
Turk to Troy Brown, not a good kick. And it bounces along the sidelines, and we'll see where they mark it. A flag is down, however, back where Turk kicked the ball. And was Chris Akins in on top of him? No, it was the holding against the Finns. 26-yard punt. Bill Belichick may elect to take the ball where it is.
He's got to take the ball where it is. Yeah, with just a 26-yard punt, you got to decline that one, Bill.
Holding 47 of the kicking team. That penalty is declined. First down, New England.
A timeout with just under 12 minutes to go, trying to protect Turk with a hold.
The 7-passenger, electronic 4-wheel drive Acura MDX. Power and safety, living in perfect harmony.
New plant location?
San Diego.
San Diego.
The ocean. The sun. The people. A problem.
Problem?
Prices.
Big problem. Solution?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Good paper. Best paper. Pittsburgh paper.
Perfect. Pursue the potential Pittsburgh property pronto. Let's eat.
Nextel walkie-talkies get it done. Stronger. More comfortable. Guaranteed. Wrangler 5-star premium quality denim. Wrangler. Real comfortable jeans.
Take home the Hulk 2-disc special edition DVD. Unleash the beast. Unleash the excitement. Unleash the groundbreaking special effects. Just push play, and you'll be blown away. Hulk. Buy it October 28th.
Monday, guess who's crashing the Big Brother house?
Kind of cool being in the Big Brother house, you know, but still it's kind of creepy. It's like you're constantly being watched.
By the cameras?
No, by them.
Don't miss the Big Brother house guest on Guest Ear, CBS Monday.
Plenty warm in Miami, but it's cold case tonight on CBS. 13 years ago, a respected father found murdered on the wrong side of town, and now a new investigation will reveal a family secret won't stay buried. Don't miss TV's most watched new drama, Cold Case, tonight after 60 Minutes on CBS. Jeff Grau.
Yeah, he made a good snap, but an outstanding hold, but it was declined.
So from the 46, the throw into the flat, complete to Brown, and he skids out of bounds at the Miami 49-yard line, helped out by Sam Madison. Well, 13 points, and this is the stingiest defense in giving up points in the league, Miami. 13 is the most they've allowed since game one. No one has scored more than 10 in the last 4 Dolphin victories.
Yeah, they're only giving up an average of 11.5 a game. So that's, but again, their offense, this defense would like to have a runaway. They'd appreciate a 30-10 win somewhere along the line.
Second down, fake to Brown on the reverse, then Brady throwing long downfield, incomplete to Branch.
He had him.
And we have Jim Nance with this update from New York.
All right, thank you, Dick and Dan. And this update, too, from Cleveland, where the story here has been LaDainian Tomlinson. And Tomlinson has rushed for 136 yards and a touchdown. They lead 23-6. By the way, Couch has been pulled. Back to you guys.
But we'll update that for you. Third down and a long 5. We knew both teams had plays in where they wanted to go long. And that was Brady's shot, but he was one step too long on the pass to Branch. 3rd and 5. Big play. Brady underneath, incomplete, and is broken up by Jamar Fletcher, an extra defensive back, the kid from the University of Wisconsin.
Well, this time you can see the coverage is pretty tight. A rush up the middle. Brady has to go up over the top and just outside the reach of Branch. Just if that ball maybe was like 6 inches closer to Branch, he could have caught that, but Brady was under duress.
So after the short punt by Turk, Patriots unable to make a first down, and now it's Walder. Fair catch, Rodgers lets it go. And the Patriots are going to down it at the 10-yard line. 11 minutes and change remaining in the 4th quarter. Tied at 13 in Miami.
Standing on the corner, watching all the guys go by. Standing on the corner, giving all the guys the eye.
Old Navy Painter's Pants at a price that really turns heads, starting at just $20 for men.
Whether you won't find a tougher pair of painters, Old Navy Painter's Pants go by.
Be there first. Where no sports sedan has been before. The all-new 270 horsepower Acura TL. A higher form of performance.
Just stop. Give that old friend a rest. Let's go to Staples.
Shopping for office products at Staples is so easy there's no need to put it off. We've got everything you need, online catalog or in store. Staples, that was easy.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Old Navy Painter's Pants. They'll work for you. And by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
We're tied at 13, and here's what's at stake. The winner of this game takes over first place of the AFC East. And as we said earlier, the hot weather of September and October always has been an ally of these Dolphins.
And, of course, the quality of their play is an asset as well. Sometimes, Dick, you know, we do a game where the last one with the ball wins. We're reaching that stage here in the fourth quarter where you almost think the next mistake is going to be what this game turns on. A turnover. Again, the Dolphins have to protect the ball now, starting deep in their own territory. No mistakes can happen here in the fourth that might cost you the entire game.
Starting deep in their own end, Fiedler hands off inside, and again that inside defense from a team weakened by injuries has been very solid for New England. Well, let's see. B Squared was about to tell us about part B. What was it, Bonnie?
Have I kept you in suspense long enough? We're talking about one of the reasons for Miami's turnaround, their mentality in tight situations like this. Some of the newcomers, Junior Seau, Sammy Knight, Jeff Sganina. Also, the Week 1 loss to Houston. Brock Marion was saying, we knew how good of a team we were. We knew we should have crushed them. That was a cup of cold water thrown in our face, and now we need to rise to the occasion.
And here they are trying to win their fifth in a row downfield and broken up at the last minute by Tyrone Poole as Chris Chambers was reaching up for a big catch at the 40-yard line.
And Chambers turned around like he wanted to throw, but that was just perfect coverage by Poole because this time he's turned around and he's playing the football. Watch him go back. Now he's playing the football. Yeah, he reached out with his right arm a little bit, but as long as he's looking back for the football, a corner's going to get away with that. Did he interfere with Chambers? Technically, yes, he did. Is that pretty much going to, you know, is that going to fly? Yes, normally it does.
A little arm bar, yeah, but the official on the spot.
If he's turned around, Dick, a good corner, if he's turned around looking at the football, he'll get away with it.
Jay Fiedler has to spend one of the precious timeouts here on 3rd down and 10 from the 10-yard line. No time to air in this critical early season game. First timeout used by either team in the second half. You know, people here have not been kind. The media, the fans, Fiedler, they want more production out of him. He started today's game with only 5 touchdown passes, but there's something to say for somebody who doesn't lose the game for you either. And as a starting quarterback, Dan, at 33 and 14,
which is a lofty percentage. Not many guys in the league. And what's Jay done? Okay, look at that. Not even 200 yards passing, only 2 touchdowns in 4 games, and they won all 4. Well, okay, why did they win all 4? Well, predominantly because of their tremendous defensive unit. That's why they won all 4. Did Jay Fiedler contribute to the losses of those games? Well, obviously he did. He's a very effective manager.
3rd and 10. Down the middle and complete to the tight end for a first down. McMichael out to the 26-yard line. A big play pinned deep in their own end, and there's Fiedler coming up with a play that continues a drive.
Straight 7-step drop and a plant and throw because he spots his tight end wide open. The Patriots lost track of Randy McMichael that time in a critical 3rd and 10 situation. And this kid, he's just a second-year guy. 4th-round draft choice last year. This kid's going to be in the Pro Bowl. He'll be making that trip to Hawaii before long.
On the 26, Williams caught in the backfield. With Bobby Hamilton and Richard Seymour shoulder to shoulder take Ricky Williams down, and this Patriot interior defense has really been effective the second half.
Well, how can you not be impressed with this unit, Dick, the way they play? Romeo Crennel, their defensive coordinator, and Bill Belichick, the head coach, have fought through all the injuries. This unit, and decimated is the right word. 7 of their projected defensive starters aren't playing for various reasons. One, Lawyer Malloy, had to be released, but the rest of them are injuries. And Ricky's got nothing in the second half.
2nd and 10. Fake to Williams. Fiedler steps away from pressure. Now he runs it and slides across the 30. And a gain of about 5 yards. Hamilton there to make sure he didn't advance for a first down.
Such an effective play by a quarterback. You know, just go down in the box score as a 5-yard run by Jay Fiedler. 1, he evades the rush, and 2, he doesn't make a stupid throw in a tie football game. And what's he do? He just moves the football not very far, 5 yards, positive yardage. But you know what? It brings up a nice 3rd and short, and the Dolphins still have the ball.
3rd and a short 5. They're 2 for 8 on 3rd downs today, Miami. Fiedler, complete. It's the tight end again, McMichael, and it's another 1st down. So 2 3rd down passes to the tight end McMichael keep Miami with the ball.
And this is kind of a nice little deal we got going on here now with Randy McMichael and Rodney Harrison. Take a look at McMichael. He comes in there, and Rodney Harrison, even though he didn't have the primary coverage, he's not going to pass up this opportunity to try to put a good lick on him at the end. Randy McMichael, this is a nice game for him with 5 receptions, 5 out of 7, awfully good.
7:35 left, the midpoint of this 4th quarter, tied at 13. And Fiedler back to throw again. McMichael again, and another 1st down at the Patriot 46-yard line. Rodney Harrison drags him down.
Well, this time Rodney Harrison did have the primary coverage on McMichael. He's got him man for man right here. You see when he breaks to the outside, Rodney Harrison just a step behind him, but another good throw by Jay Fiedler. Look how he puts it out in front of McMichael, allows him to make the catch. And yes, the Dolphins offense is happy. How happy is their defense standing over there on the sidelines, getting a break and watching them move out of the shadow of their own goal line.
McMichael now leading the Dolphins with 6 catches, 3 on this drive, and 81 yards. Having trouble with the chains across the way.
They're first.
And New England then will call
30-second timeout.
A 30-second timeout gives us a chance to remind you it's our CBS doubleheader next Sunday. Denver of Baltimore will be in New England for the Browns game. Tennessee, Jacksonville. Late games, Jets at Philly and Houston, Indianapolis. That's next Sunday, and it all begins with Jim Nantz and his star-studded cast from New York on NFL Today. Tonight on 60 Minutes, meet a multimillionaire savvy enough to put millions in a tax shelter, even though, like millions of us, he didn't have a clue how a tax shelter works. Then it's TV's most watched new drama, Cold Case, followed by Farrah Fawcett, Melissa Gilbert, and Robin Givens in the CBS original movie Jackie Collins' Hollywood Wives: The New Generation. That's all tonight here on CBS, America's most watched network.
Mr. Enberg, a 1st down. The Dolphins would have to move to the 36-yard line. Anywhere up around there would be a 51-yard field goal for Orlando Mari, which is his longest of the season. So if the Dolphins can move around the 35 anywhere in that ballpark, they're well within Mari's range.
And he was hitting him cleanly from that distance warming up. Into the flat, complete to Ian Badesho, but he draws Roman Pfeiffer, and it's just a short gain. Clock ticking down to 6.5 minutes left in this 4th quarter. Here's Orlando Mari. He has in his 7-year career kicked 8 field goals successfully from 50 yards or longer. His 2 today from short range.
Hey, don't use it as a block.
2nd down 9. Complete to McMichael again, but right there was Harrison. Jersey to jersey. Short gain.
Well, Jay Fiedler again, let's see if he's under some pressure here. A stunt in the middle, and the pocket kind of collapses, and whoa, what a hit he takes to the head.
Looked like Dan Klecko was in there, 90.
Ooh, Klecko puts his hat right in the face mask of Fiedler. Now, if I'm the Dolphins and I'm going to run a play, I run it to my right. That way, I'm going to put Mari on the grass for him to kick a field goal. If they gain 4 or 5 yards to the left and don't pick up a 1st down, he's going to have to kick off the dirt. But that's just me.
3rd down, the throw to the sidelines, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to be
comes in on both sides of the field.
Yeah. Tyrone Poole, whoa, flagrant.
Poole on the far side, and the corner on this side also had interference called on him.
Well, the
Dolphins could take the farthest one.
Illegal hands to the face. Number 26 of the defense. That penalty is declined. Pass interference. Number 38 defense. That penalty is accepted. First and 10.
See, one of those is only a 5-yarder, but the interference will be longer. It's just one-on-one man coverage. Poole and Chambers. And Chambers has no idea where the football is. It's just when Chambers elevates, Poole decides to just grab him around the waist. He became confused and I assume a little disoriented in not knowing where the ball was. He said, well, maybe I better just tackle him.
First down at the Patriots 32 from the infield skin. Ricky Williams gets away from the first tackler, but barely to the line of scrimmage before the tackle is made by Hamilton and Harrison.
Boy, you got to give major kudos to the New England defense here in the second half. Ricky Williams is getting nothing, literally and figuratively. He has 0 yards on 7 carries here in the second half. That's pretty effectively throttling a guy, wouldn't you say?
After 51.
He got a big yard there, Dick, just to get back to even. He was -1 before that.
51 yards then all in the first half.
All right here, Teddy.
Fiedler raises and fires. Incomplete and a flag down. Thrown deep in the secondary. Darius Thompson was the closest Dolphin to the throw.
Almost certainly going to get some kind of a penalty. Assuming that this was some kind of an interference or holding against New England.
There's no foul on the play. The reason being there's contact, but the ball's already in the air and not to that receiver. Therefore, that makes it not a foul.
Well, Jerry Austin with a lot of extra explanatory language and nothing that was assimilated well by the head coach of the Dolphins. So 3rd and 10. Game tie. Clock running down. 4.5 to go. Just to bring you up, each team has 2 timeouts remaining. Chambers to the right, Thompson and McKnight to the left. And New England has used a timeout. Remind you to stay tuned following our action here from Miami, the Subway postgame show. Jim, Dan, Dion, and Boomer. All of today's scores and highlights of the early games coming up on the Subway post-game show.
Well, wondering what happens after this Miami drive has ended. The Patriots, by having used a couple, are down to only 1 timeout. If the Dolphins are successful in scoring, that's certainly can't be a help to the Patriots. Anyway, you look at it right now, Dick, if they don't get the first down here, Mare is going to have to kick off the dirt.
And it'd be about a 48-49 yard attempt.
Yep, and that's again not the easiest of situations. That plant foot on a field goal so critical, and that dirt, and I use that term loosely, is so hard that the foot has a tendency to slide. Look at that. You can see it's closer to ground up gravel.
3rd and 10. Williams breaks a couple of tackles, still on his feet, and may have the first down. What an effort by Williams. It looked as if they had him after a 5-yard gain, and he kept digging, and he forces his way ahead to a first down.
Well, the Patriots are arguing that he was down by contact because there's no question he goes down.
Yeah, it sure appeared from that angle that he was down.
Let's look at this. There's contact. His knee never touched the ground.
And it's going to be challenged.
Now his knee didn't touch the ground. Now you're allowed to put your hand down and keep you from going to the ground. Now his arm hits it.
New England is challenging the play that the runner was down prior to being declared down.
And Dan, it appeared that he is also, when it appeared the knee might go down, it might have been on another player, not on the dirt, which of course would keep the play alive. See where that left knee goes down.
He goes down because of the hit by Samuel. His hand is on the ground. the officials made a good call. I don't know how they were able to determine that Ricky Williams' knee doesn't touch the ground, but he supports himself with his left hand.
You know, you were
that's an unbelievable play by Williams.
Dan, you were a high school champion wrestler, and so was Ricky Williams. That's where you're spinning out of a move, reversing the hold there. Yeah. Somehow keeping his balance.
Now, from that angle, Dick, did his hip touch the ground? Now, you know, from that angle, let's look at his left hip. Does his hip touch the ground? It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's on the shoe of Wade. It looks like it's on his right tackle's shoe. I think that is a good run by Ricky Williams, and I don't see that being overturned.
And if it isn't overturned, it will cost New England its final timeout. That is just a superhuman effort by Ricky Williams.
At the very least, it's gravity defying. That's extraordinary.
The strength on one arm to be able to not only keep your balance, but all your weight going forward, plus being tackled and still not have your knee go down. It's just stunning.
Keep in mind, everybody, that any challenge starts with the ruling on the field. So the ruling on the field was that he did not touch the ground. See right here, can you see Ricky Williams? Look how you can see air underneath him. You can see light. Now there you can't. But from the other angle, it looks like if his hip touched anything, it was the shoes of Todd Wade, his right tackle. So Jerry Austin is going to have to see something that definitively says that Ricky Williams made contact on the ground there after being hit by Asante Samuel. I can't speak for Jerry Austin, but I didn't see anything definitive. Did you, Dick?
Nor did I. No. That's just it. The effort was so beyond belief that he figured he'd had to hit the ground somewhere in there.
Well, here comes Austin back out onto the field. We're going to get it.
After reviewing the play, there is not evidence that the knee touches or any other part. Therefore, the call on the field stands. New England is charged with a timeout, and that's their third and final one.
A huge play made by Ricky Williams, the second effort. That's the ultimate second effort.
That goes way beyond it. Talk about athleticism, ability, drive, determination. And you know, I got to say this. A, the most remarkable thing on that play was what Ricky Williams did. B, the second most remarkable thing was that an official was good enough to see that he didn't hit the ground. Now that's an extraordinary play by an official.
But not for Williams' effort. Miami would be lining up for a field goal. Instead, they get the first down at about the 21-yard line. His first 10 yards of the second half, and they come on that play. .358 left. 13-13, and Miami well in field goal range now. Give it to Williams. Why not? And down low, he skids to about the 17-yard line. Down to Bonnie Bernstein we go.
Well, the Patriots, one of their main points of emphasis on defense, red zone defense. Teddy Bruschi said the last time we were down here in Miami, the Dolphins scored 3 touchdowns on third down inside the 20. He says it was a huge topic of discussion for us, a major point of emphasis, and we spent a lot of time on red zone defense this week.
All right, Bonnie, and here are the Dolphins again. Second down. And 6.
Dumb.
Five offense, 5 yards. It's still second down.
Rookie tight end Donald Lee.
Oh, that is large. Ooh, that's where you just want to look for the trap door and try to get in it and go hide somewhere.
Second and 11 as they move it back to the 22.
5 yards and it stops the clock. A killer.
Hamilton and dragged down. Boy, he's had a big game. Bobby Hamilton. We were talking to him earlier this week and told us he wants to celebrate by doing some cooking. He combines the seafood with the soul food, and then what I really liked was dessert. My old favorite as a Michigan farm boy, apple crisp.
I know.
Huh? How can you turn that down?
You know, we're talking about food a lot.
I'm getting hungry again. Are you?
Bobby made us hungry. You're right when we talked to him.
3rd down and 6, and the Dolphins hunger for more than a field goal here, and another big 3rd down call. To Williams, and a little delay call, and Bruschi is right there to read it to make the tackle of Williams. And with the clock ticking toward the 2-minute warning, here comes Olindo Mare. Down to the final 2 minutes and 10 seconds here at Pro Players Stadium, tied at 13. Olindo Mare comes on for a field goal attempt from the dirt infield that could give the Dolphins, looking for their 5th straight win, the lead. At first, the 2-minute timeout. Dolphins 13, Patriots 13. They're playing for first place in the AFC East.
Bud Light salutes you, Mr. Really Bad Toupee Wearer.
Mr. Really Bad Toupee Wearer.
You think it looks natural, but it couldn't look phonier if it had a chin strap.
Look at you.
Made of space-age fibers, it can repel anything. Rain, wind, snow, and especially young women.
I don't think so.
So make it a Bud Light, mister. And here's another for that thing on your head.
Taxi! Taxi!
8.
5.
2.
23.
Zero.
Hello, Moto.
I'm a giver. If somebody's feeling it, I give them the rock. When the man cuts back door, I give him the no-look ooh. When someone thinks all I'm gonna do is give it up, I give him a little woo, woo. My name is Bear. Steve. My name is Starberry. I create momentum.
NBA Live 2004 with freestyle. Rated E for everyone.
I create with freestyle. Freestyle.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Thursday is a night of Survivor showdowns. First, it's Scrawn versus Braun.
You do more not to do work than doing work.
Just shut up. Then a backbreaking challenge becomes a standoff. And is it the ultimate act of betrayal?
Rupert has a hell of a lot of power right now. Oh man, this is crazy.
All new Survivor, CBS Thursday.
Two minutes to go. New England a half game behind Miami in the AFC East. Miami looking for its 5th consecutive win, and New England for its first win ever down here in the months of September and October. They're 0 for 13 in this long-standing rivalry. A 35-yard field goal by Mare, and it's blocked and picked up by the Patriots, Troy Brown, and it's out to the 36-yard line. Listen to the Patriot fans here in Miami.
Staring in disbelief that this ball actually got tipped. But you can see the Patriots and how they fold back the Miami line. The Miami line actually skidded back about a yard.
Richard Seymour is the man they're congratulating, who has been a outstanding player again today, and a Pro Bowler a year ago, and almost an automatic this year. In fact, Bill Belichick said he's my best player.
Well, he's the tallest of the Patriots defensive linemen at 6'6", with a huge range and reach.
So from the 35-yard line, the Patriots, with no timeouts left, they'll try to drive into field goal range. Brady down the middle, caught, And a first down at the 45 as Deion Branch has another. Brock Marion, the defender.
Tom Brady making the sign with his hands, telling his group to huddle up. When you see him putting his hands together like that, saying, come together, I'll call it here.
20 yards on that catch by Branch. Draw to Falk. Just a couple. Stacked up as Sammy Knight and Junior Seau, along with Thomas there to bring down Falk.
The Patriots being awfully casual, walking back to the huddle. Larry Chester's hurt for Miami.
Chester's going to take himself out.
Smart play on his part. He didn't want the officials to call an injury timeout. He kept the clock running by hustling off the field. But the Patriots took a long time in the huddle.
Less than a minute. 53.
What the heck are they doing wasting that much time?
Toss to Falk. Look at that shot by Terrell Buckley. Read it all the way and drops Falk for a loss. And there's no way to stop the clock unless they down the ball. And now with 3rd and long, that doesn't work either. Vinatieri's longest ever, by the way, is 57 yards.
I don't understand why the Patriots took so long to call the play to get up to the line of scrimmage
and then called a running play.
Yeah,
18 seconds. Brady underneath to Branch, but it's short yardage.
Well, to overtime we go.
Dan, this has been, is this in our contract? It'll be 3rd time in the last 4 weeks, and the other game ended on the last play of the game in Chicago. Overtime.
Is Jason Taylor hurt?
He's holding his foot.
He was banging the turf. He looks like he's afraid to move.
Star defensive end for the Dolphins.
Really an unusual position. He keeps touching his right foot, but it looks like he's afraid to move it.
See, we're down to double zeros here, and there's been no official signal by the officials that this is the end of the game. And
Jason Taylor looking a little disoriented. Sure, he's not sure the game's going into overtime. Again, Dick, I'm just at a loss why the Patriots didn't show a little more alacrity there in trying to, they've got an outstanding kicker in Adam Vinatieri, and why they weren't showing a little more hurry up to try to get down there and get him into range. I'm scratching my head.
It's overtime records, but what that statistic doesn't show you is that Belichick's team has won 6 in a row in overtime. That's the longest current streak in the NFL.
It's a head.
The Patriots are saying that Jerry Austin miscalled it.
Is what it was.
Oh boy. The Patriots are arguing that Jerry Austin misidentified heads and tails. Austin sticking to his guns, though, and saying, I called it as I saw it, and that's what it was.
Well, that seems the simplest of calls, heads or tails, and confusion here. But Miami comes up with the ball first. Tight-jawed is Austin.
Well, no official wants to be caught in another coin flipping controversy. The NFL has already had one of those, and one's enough.
Miami has it when we come back.
Yeah, we're prepared for overtime, and we can help you be prepared too. Insurance, loans, retirement. AIG. We know money.
New plant location?
San Diego.
San Diego.
The ocean.
The sun.
The people.
A problem.
Problem?
Prices.
Big problem. Solution?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Good paper.
Best paper.
Pittsburgh paper. Perfect. Pursue the potential Pittsburgh property pronto. Let's eat.
Nextel walkie-talkies get it done.
The Patriots called tails. Jerry Austin flipped the coin. He picked it up and said it's heads. The Patriots were all arguing that it was tails. I can only say that I'm assuming that Jerry Austin's more familiar with that coin than are the Patriots players, but this will live on for a while.
Rodgers at the 1-yard line to field Vinatieri's kickoff. And he's out across the 25 to the 26. Tackle made by Sean Mayer and Tully Banta Kane, two players just activated for the game today for this injury depleted defense of the New England Patriots. 0-2 in overtime is Fiedler, while the Patriots have won 6 straight games in overtime.
Well, both teams get a couple of timeouts here in overtime. There aren't any replay challenges in overtime. Everything is handled from the replay booth upstairs. And, of course, it's sudden death.
That 5-0 for Brady ties Terry Bradshaw. 5-0, best record ever in overtime by a quarterback. Knocked down at the line of scrimmage again by Seymour. Oh, he's playing basketball up there. Well, he's deflecting shots.
He's just a complete player. He plays the run really well. Richard Seymour working right here on the inside. That's just nothing to that. He just reaches up and swats that away. Too Tall Jones was a guy that had extraordinary eye-hand coordination and could do that at will. And Richard Seymour, he made that look awfully routine, didn't he?
Yeah.
That was kind of nonchalant.
Of course, it was Seymour who blocked the 36-yard field goal by Mare that has forced this game into overtime. Shotgun, first time we've seen Fiedler in the shotgun today. And he's going long on top. And what a catch made by Darius Thompson.
Well, coming into this game with only 7 catches, Thompson used the word embarrassed. I am embarrassed that they gave me a big contract and I don't have anything more to show for it than 7 catches. Now, how about that?
Hurry up now, and Ricky Williams.
And you know why I think they hurried up? I think Thompson's left foot was awfully close to going out of bounds.
Let's go back and look.
Thompson's foot being out of bounds.
And we're not going to see from that angle very well, are we? But the hurry-up worked because the
question is, did he step out of bounds before he caught the ball?
Yes, he did.
It looked like he did, and you know what? The Dolphins got up there and ran a play in a hurry. Wow, on 2 different occasions it looked like Thompson may have had a foot out of bounds. Let's try this one more time. Right here, his left foot right there, at least from that angle, it sure looked like he stepped out of bounds. And then when he comes in, when he catches the ball, his foot is out of bounds again. And how smart were the Dolphins to run up there and snap in a hurry?
Ricky Williams. Chased by Harrison. Finally they get him out of bounds after a first down at the 20-yard line.
Dick, the Dolphins definitely beat the system. They took advantage of the one weakness in the system that you got to challenge it before the next snap of the football.
But it's up to the official up in the press box anyway.
Yep. They got up there and ran it so quickly, there wasn't time to go through all the replays and get a good look at it. And, of course, it was unnoticed by the officials on the field as well.
First down at the 20-yard line, and New England will spend one of its timeouts here in overtime. Dolphins within field goal range of victory.
I've made a lot of news on the baseball diamond, but if you want to find out about this diamond, you gotta go talk to your doctor.
Ready to try Viagra for the first time? See your doctor and find out if a free sample's right for you.
My doctor says it's right for me. That's why I stay with it. For more information, go to Viagra.com.
In a world about to change, one man must rise up and lead. AOL 9.0 optimized, exploding onto a screen near you. Reviewers rave. It's the internet simplified, streamlined, and sanitized for your protection. The filters drastically cut spam. The critics agree. AOL returns to the top with new version 9.0. Life needs rave reviews.
Just to review that, what could be a controversial no call on the catch by Thompson. On the play, there were 12 Patriots on the field to play when they hurried up on the next Williams run. Here's the catch, and
right there you can see the chalk fly up. But you can't go out of bounds and come back in and be the first player on your team to touch a ball. And then when he's coming down, his foot goes out of bounds again. And before the replay official, whose job it is up in the booth to take a look at that and determine whether or not it was a good play, before he had a chance to stop the game and do so, the Dolphins, in a hurry-up, snapped the football.
And that had New England 12 men on the field. Of course, that penalty declined, and Williams made not only another good gain, but it saved that long pass play that should have been called back. Nevertheless, first down at the 20-yard line for Dave Wanstadt's Dolphins, looking for 5 in a row and to secure their lead atop the AFC East. And Bill Belichick, considered one of the great defensive strategists, looking for the big defensive play that might cough one free. The Subway postgame show will follow with Jim Dan, Dion Boomer. All today's scores and highlights coming up on the Subway postgame show. Ricky Williams behind Fiedler. After a gain of a yard, Richard Seymour again.
Richard Seymour, how big is he stepping up here late in the game? And like you said, Bill Belichick said he's my best player, period. Boy, he's certainly playing like it when the game's on the line. You can't ask for a whole lot more than what Richard Seymour's given Bill Belichick and the Patriots.
Meanwhile, Ricky Williams with 94 yards to lead all rushers in this game on 25 carries. He's carried the ball more than any NFL back this year.
And boy, do the Dolphins, though, wish they were at the other end of the field on the grass instead of this dirt. This is where the Marlins aren't helping their counterparts.
Williams, who else? Driving those legs for a couple. Seymour on the bottom of the pile along with Teddy Bruschi. Third down, and Dave Wanstadt's going to go for it right here on third down.
Yeah, very smart play in case there's a miscue, a bad snap, a bad handle by the holder. Go for it on third down. If you'd be fortunate enough to keep possession of the ball, you get to try it again.
Be about a 35-yard attempt. It was from 36 yards, almost in the exact spot that Murray's field goal at the end of regulation was blocked by Seymour.
And this is where the Dolphins offensive line has to really dig in. They got scooted back a little bit last time.
And New England is going to spend its second time out of overtime. That's their second and last time out in overtime.
Dick, the fact that we are in overtime with these two teams might be the most least surprising thing that's happened all week. You knew that this was just, I said earlier, going to be one of those scratch and claw football games, and that's exactly what we've got.
There's the AFC Eastern standings. Junior Seau doesn't want to look this time. Miami wins, they move to 5-1. If New England wins, they move ahead of Miami into first place. And all the more remarkable is the effort in this heat and humidity by this depleted defense just ravaged by injuries, including Ty Law today. Now to win it from 35. On its way, and no good. Wide to the right. Well, anyone who's ever kicked the football at any level, whether it's a punt or a field goal, when you get one blocked, something happens in the brain area. You're thinking a little more than normal.
And I'm sure everybody in New England is saying this is justice because the Dolphins didn't deserve to be in this position anyway, because Thompson didn't really make a legal catch to put him in scoring position. So everybody here has got an axe to grind. The net result is we're still playing in overtime.
Well, halfway there, it appeared as if it was going to be a good kick for Mare. Sale thought so, and then it just tailed on a bad fade to the right. Taking over at the 26. Brady out to Gibbons. Flags down. No gain, or maybe a yard at best, as Buckley and Surtain. Appeared that Ogunleye may have deflected the pass.
We have an illegal substitution. Number 27 came on the field after the play had started. Doesn't matter if he's 11, he must come on before the play starts. 5 yards. Repeat first down.
These officials have had some tough
That's
calls.
the first time I've heard that.
How about you, buddy?
Well, Dick, we saw Jason Taylor at the end of regulation. He was down on the ground. It looked like he was clutching his foot, but in fact he suffered an elbow injury, his right arm, and you'll see, we get a shot of him. He's wearing a brace, but he's good to go.
After the penalty, 1st and 5 from the 31. Kevin Falk squeezes out a couple to the 34. It'll be 2nd and 2. Zach Thomas and others in on the tackle. Game at halftime found the Dolphins ahead 10-6. They extended their lead on a field goal by Maury, and then Brady to Gibbons 24-yard touchdown pass tied it at 13. Maury has had a field goal blocked and missed to the right since then. Falk feeling his way close to that first down marker. Sammy Knight comes up from safety to help out Greenwood on the tackle.
Well, Tom Brady got the Patriots back into this football game. Look at this, on a 3rd down, he's able to make a completion across the middle of the field, and then the touchdown pass to David Gibbons. And then New England's Richard Seymour blocks a field goal, and then Alinda Mare just pushes it wide to the right. But that critical 3rd down pass by Brady as he was in the midst of being sacked was huge.
One of many remarkable plays in this game. From the 37, Brady searches the field. No one open and has to throw it away. As Jason Taylor hungrily sought a sack. Taylor with only a sack and a half this year, and that's misleading because all the pressures, he's been so close, and he's a frustrated guy. He just can't seem to lock up the actual sack.
Well, he's trailing his teammate Wally Ogunleye, who's got more sacks, but really, let's be realistic. That's because Taylor's being double teamed. That means single blocking on the other side for Ogunleye. So, you know, it's a team game the last time I checked it.
You bet. 2nd down and 10. Michael Cloud in the backfield. Quick throw to Troy Brown, cuts to the inside and is close to a first down at the 47. Thomas and Surtain with a tackle. Well, you see it coming down from New England in the months of September and October when it's still hot and humid. The Patriots, hard to believe, have never won in Miami in 13 games and been outscored an average 27-10. But they got 13, Bill Belichick's team, and that's more than any of the past 4 opponents can say against Miami. The give is to McCrary on 1st down, and he is stuffed. Zach is there again along with Jeff Scanina, the defensive tackle. A little change of pace going to McCrary, who rarely gets a call. He's in there for blocking.
It's a change of pace, but not an effective one. Adam Vinatieri, he's made field goals to win Super Bowls, so I doubt his heart's beating all that fast.
Brady and the Patriots need another 20 yards realistically to give him a chance.
Oh, now you got a false start on Matt Light. Man, just as they get off the dirt onto the grass, they can't stand prosperity.
Well, the noise level certainly had increased. And Light out there on that tackle island, tough to hear.
Oh, and who's across the ball from him? Was it Jason Taylor? If that's the situation, guess what? There's another one of those. Okay, so it wasn't a sack, but you know what? My mere presence caused the guy to false start.
McCrary is the running back in this set.
Three-man rush.
Brady into the flat to Fourier, and the tight end twists to the 50-yard line. Surtain the tackle. Adam Vinatieri. Remember, the last game of the regular season last year was Vinatieri in overtime to deny Miami. When Miami appeared to have that game won with just a few minutes left, they had a 10-point lead.
But Vinatieri's been in a little mini slump coming into today's game. He'd missed 4 of his last 6, which is really unheard of for this guy, who's as close to automatic as you can get.
3rd and 8. Brady fumbles, and he was able to recover it as Taylor, reaching around, slapped it free, but couldn't cover, and that will count as a sack for Taylor.
Well, Tom Brady sees a Gounlier right in front of him and has no idea. Look at the Gounlier 93 coming right at him. He's evading a Gounlier, but coming from behind, Taylor just knocks out the ball, and amazingly, footballs, which are supposed to take awkward hops, takes one bounce and comes right back up into the hands of Brady.
Here's Ken Walder to punt to Charlie Rogers. Rogers back at the 15. End over end wobbler could be returned. Rogers reverses his field and is tackled at the 29-yard line. Larry Izzo, a former Dolphin, makes the hit. 39 on the punt, 8 on the return. 7:26 left in overtime.
In this heat and humidity, this is a real stamina check for these players. Big men, lots of effort being expended. You've lost a lot of salts and other items from the old bloodstream. And I tell you what, this is where all those 2-a-days, all that hot work under a hot sun pays off.
Fiedler going to throw on first down. Over the middle, caught, and still on his feet is McMichael, the tight end, who's had a big second half in overtime. Finally, it's Harrison who able to yank him down by an ankle.
And kudos to North Turner, the offensive coordinator. Pretty clear that New England was expecting a healthy dose of Ricky Williams right there, and instead Jay Fiedler goes downfield to his talented tight end. Right there, you'd have to say Jay Fiedler on that throw was more than a manager. That was a big-time throw in overtime.
McMichael, who had 12 catches all year, has 8 today. Ricky Williams looking for a hole, and there wasn't any as Ty Warren and Bobby Hamilton, the 2 tackles, converge. For McMichael, that last catch being his 8th, 102 yards to lead Miami.
Boy, you just wouldn't expect a back like Ricky Williams to be getting negative plays. And he's had a lot of them here in the second half. Yeah, he's had the one extraordinary run where he didn't go down and move the chains on a 3rd and 9. But a big guy like that, you just wouldn't expect him to get caught for a 2-yard loss.
6:15 left in overtime. 2nd and a dozen. Fake to Williams. Fiedler throws. Not close to Chris Chambers. Randy McMichael was in the area as well. The ball thrown between the 2 of them. Tyrone Poole defending. 3rd and 12. And the way the clock's ticking away, thought is that we could have one of those rare ties in overtime.
Could happen.
Yardage Brady and Fiedler.
Speaking of ties, there's Ty Law.
Didn't start.
Yep, inactive today because of that lingering ankle injury.
Big 3rd and 12. Here comes Bruschi, and he's got Fiedler and can't bring him down. And now Fiedler is going to throw long for Chambers, and it is intercepted by Tyrone Poole. What a job by Fiedler to extricate himself from Bruschi's tackle, but then throws the pick.
But you know what, Dick? On a 3rd and long, that's as good as a punt. That's actually just like a punt for the Dolphins.
Yeah, goes to the 18-yard line.
That's exactly right. So I think Jay Fiedler's got nothing to lose by airing this out. Yeah, his guys covered pretty well, but why not try to draw the interference? The ball was a little underthrown, but that doesn't hurt the Dolphins one bit. That's a smart play by Fiedler, even though it ends up an interception.
Well,
and an excellent play by Tyrone Poole.
Wasn't it, though?
Yep.
His 2nd interception of the year.
Yep.
Now, New England with the ball. No timeouts left for the Patriots, but there's plenty of time.
And
5:57.
And back on the dirt. They can't get away from the dirt.
Brady pumps, looking for Brown deep, and throwing for Brown. He's got it at the 30, the 20, the 10. The Patriots have won. Look at them storm the field. A remarkable victory by New England.
And the Dolphins' defensive line was too exhausted to mount any kind of a pass rush.
And Brady threw that ball as far as he humanly could as Brown kept running deep, 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 and Brady had loaded all he had and found Brown on the fingertips. An 82-yard winning touchdown.
Troy Brown right between the two safeties for the Dolphins, Brock Marion and Sammy Knight. But both of them, I'm sure, not believing that Tom Brady could stand with the football as long as he did.
Brady now 6-0 in overtime, and the jinx of September and October ends on this day for New England. They finally won in Miami.
Troy Brown just simply running a deep out, and take a look at Marion and Knight first. He runs behind both of them because neither one of them, I'm sure, can believe that a quarterback could hold the ball that long to get it that deep.
82 yards, and Brady with the heroics, finding Brown with an absolutely perfect pass. And for Bill Belichick, the mild-mannered conservative personality of the Patriots, he becomes a sophomore cheerleader.
And Alindo Mari, who missed a very makeable field goal, I'm sure will have a restless night. But what about the New England Patriots? All their injuries, all their frontline players that aren't able to play. And this team, after getting blown out by the Buffalo Bills on opening day, has rebounded to take first place in the AFC East. Now, what do you say about this group of men for the Patriots?
Well, let's find out from someone down on the field. We'll get to Bonnie Bernstein later. Richard Seymour, one of the many stars for the New England Patriots. His blocked field goal late in the fourth quarter gave New England a chance to win. Final is 19-13 in overtime. Dick Enberg with Dan Deerdorf, Bonnie Bernstein. Thank you for being with us. You have been watching the NFL on CBS.
What can a toy store teach us about disciplined investing? Not everything that catches your eye is worth buying. At Wachovia Securities, we learn from the world around us to help you find investments that are right for you. Together, we can achieve uncommon results. Wachovia Securities.
And now, Uncommon Performances, presented by Wachovia Securities. On the last play of the first half versus the Denver Broncos, Minnesota quarterback Dante Culpepper threw it deep down the field. Randy Moss came up for the reception, then lateraled the ball to Mo Williams, who ran it in to complete the 59-yard touchdown. For more uncommon performances, log on to CBSSportsline.com and vote for the Uncommon Performance of the Week. Wachovia Securities. Together, we can achieve uncommon results.
Looking so long at these pictures of you. Never hold on to your heart. Looking so long for the words to be true. Always just breaking apart like pictures of you.
Welcome to HP Digital Photography. HP, invented.
The King of Queens. Catch it Wednesdays on CBS. It's all here.
When Taco Bell first created the Zesty Chicken Bowl, we thought we'd freshly prepare them right at your table. We still freshly prepare them, just not at your table. The Zesty Chicken Bowl. Tender slices of grilled all-white meat chicken, seasoned rice, 3 cheeses, crisp lettuce, and fiesta salsa. Made right when you order it, so it tastes even better. For fresh-made taste, think outside the bun.
The all-new Nissan Quest is here. Get ready for Girls' Night Out.
Is sponsored by Subway. Good, so you don't always have to be. Subway. Eat fresh.
Back at our studio here in New York, Jim Nance, along with Dan Dion and Boomer, would like to welcome those of you who just saw the New England Patriots, that electrifying overtime win, the 82-yard touchdown for the victory. Tom Brady to Troy Brown, coming right on the heels of an interception. The very next play, they go for it deep, just like Kansas City prevailed last week off a turnover in overtime at Green Bay. And Brady finds his man, Troy Brown, and that's the winner. The Patriots pull off the upset at Miami. And let's take it back to Pro Player Stadium. Bonnie Bernstein is there with Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, first fall victory for the New England Patriots in Miami. I saw how excited you were about that throw to Troy Brown.
Yeah, man, that was unbelievable. I mean, we were down and out a few times, but throw it to that low 80, and he'd make all those catches. So what a great win.
Tell me what goes through your head when you think the game's over. Alindo Mari's got a chip shot, and Richard Seymour comes up with that big block.
Huge play. Seymour has been making plays all year, so it's a big block, obviously, to give us a chance. We had a chance there at the end of the game. We weren't very good on the execution of the 2-minute drill, but came up big. I'm exhausted.
Tell me what it means to be atop the division, having to come down here and beat them.
Yeah, I think we had a goal that we wanted to lead the division after this game, and it's good to come out here. I think we knew we had a shot, and we knew if we just went out and executed. And we didn't do so well in the first half, but after that, coming out in the second half, we knew we had a great chance.
Tom Brady, congratulations.
All right, guys. Come on, Dad.
Tom Brady and company, and boy, how the Boston Red Sox would love to have been following them down there later in the week to be playing in the World Series.
One thing is for sure that there's nothing wrong with his arm. With a throw like that to Troy Brown at the end of the game, we're all thinking that there's something wrong there.
And Lindo kicking off the That's what I want to bring it up, because some of this audience didn't hear what we were talking about earlier. We're talking about baseball here for just a moment, making the allusion to the Red Sox. And here's Murray, 7-9 on the season before the 2 kicks.
And he's usually so
yards.
reliable, and sometimes what happens to the kickers is their plant foot, when they hit on the baseball field, it slides a little bit and they don't get the length.
That's his home field, right?
It's his home field, but it happens all the
Stop making excuses for the Dolphins.
It happens all to the kickers.
Oh, man. God.
Now here's the one in overtime from 35. They missed from 36 at the end of regulation.
They have a couple of opportunities to win this game, Jim. But what about Miami's secondary? I mean, they consistently given up over 300 yards passing. They can stop the run, but they cannot figure out a way to stop the pass.
All right, guys, let's get into some of the other finals now. And this one from St. Louis, where the Rams now have won 10 straight at home. Bulger today throws 3 touchdown passes. This one to Torrey Holt, continuing the little pass and catch game they had on Monday night. And what about Amon Green? Amon Green looking good here, but rushing the football today, 20 carries, 35 yards. That is it. He had 3 straight 100-yard performances before today.
And that fumble right there, remember a fumble last week against the Kansas City Chiefs that ultimately led to the game-winning field goal. I'm on green, putting the ball on the ground 2 successive weeks. But the Rams, tough at home. I saw them on Monday night, guys. They got it going on. The fans are behind them. Noisy place to play. Opposing teams come in there. They can't hear. They can't function as an offense. But, Brett Favre actually had a pretty good game.
Listen, some of you saw the highlights, and we got the Minnesota audience in here as well. And with the Vikings continuing their unbeaten season, they now have, in their division, a 4-game lead in the loss.
They are 0 for 6 today.
Minnesota running its mark to 6-0. We're going to continue on the Subway post-game show.
We are told